Near the end of May, we will celebrate Memorial Day, a day in which we will honor and mourn all our nation's military personnel who made the ultimate sacrifice protecting our freedoms, liberty, and independence while serving in the United States Armed Forces. May is also Military Appreciation Month, a special time for honoring and recognizing the contributions, sacrifices, and services of the members of the armed forces, both past and present. Now, our nation's military veterans are living and working among us in every conceivable line of work. And because many who served in our armed forces came from rural America, it's no surprise that about 9% of our food producers, our farmers and ranchers, are veterans. But as we reported before, the latest census shows that in just the past 5 years, we've lost 107,000 more cattle farmers and ranchers from our food production system. And the census also shows we've lost 65,000 more veteran farmers and ranchers just over that same short period. Now, this is alarming. This is putting our nation's food security at risk. Our nation's food security was built upon our family farm and ranch system of agriculture. And that system was based on having family farm and ranch food production operations scattered all across America. And the strength of that system was its diversity and disaggregation, meaning a disaster in one region would not disrupt the ability of our citizens to have a continuous supply of abundant, affordable, and wholesome food. But over the past decade, we've been losing that diversity, and we've been concentrating our food production, which is why we've been losing so many farmers and ranchers, including veteran farmers and ranchers. Today's agricultural policies favor industrialized agriculture over our historically successful family farm and ranch system of food production. One of the reasons industrial agriculture is supplanting our family farm and ranch system is globalization. Congress has for decades catered to the interest of global corporations who don't care at all whether American producers produce food for America or if America becomes dependent on foreign countries for life sustenance. And this is why Congress isn't supporting mandatory country of origin labeling, or MCOOL, for beef. It's simply not in the interest of global corporations to tell consumers where their beef is produced. Global corporations want to continue sourcing cheaper beef from around the world and selling it to unsuspecting consumers as if it were produced right here in the United States. The global corporations are making too much money by keeping consumers in the dark, and they want to keep it that way. But we can't let this continue. So we've devised a plan in which we're again asking our nation's veterans for help. The president of RCAF USA is a veteran of the U.S. Army and a cattle rancher. He's drafted a joint letter that he's asking other veterans to join that urges Congress to pass mandatory country of origin labeling, or MCOOL, for beef so consumers can choose to purchase beef produced exclusively in the United States of America. And you can see the letter at vetsformcool.com. You don't even have to type in www. Just go to your web browser and type in vetsformcool.com. And if you're a veteran, you can sign the letter there too. The letter explains that among the many interests our veterans help protect and defend while serving in the military is America's ability to freely use, without foreign intervention, her natural resources to produce life sustenance, again, food. And it says, but over the past generation or so, Congress has idly watched the exodus of hundreds of thousands of United States farmers and ranchers, and this has weakened our nation's food security. It also says that veterans are patriots, and preserving for ourselves and our children the family farm and ranch system of agriculture that helped make our nation strong is a patriotic and constitutional act Congress must undertake. And then, speaking directly to the threat of globalization, the letter continues. Contributing to the farm and ranch exodus of veterans and non-veterans alike is Congress's deference to international tribunals over matters for which supreme authority rests with our United States Constitution. Near its conclusion, the letter states, we urge Congress to once again stand up for America by passing the American Beef Labeling Act, Senate Bill 52, or the Country of Origin Labeling Enforcement Act, the House Bill 5081, both of which will restore MCOOL for beef for America. The bills will enable beef produced by United States cattle to bear a United States of America designation, and that will empower American consumers to patriotically support America's cattle producers by choosing to purchase USA beef produced from their USA cattle. Now, if you're a U.S. veteran, we invite you to join this important letter. So please go to vetsformcool.com. Again, that's VETSFORMCOOL RCAF.com to sign. Well, I'm Bill Bullard with RCAF USA, the voice of the independent cattle producer in the United States of America. With that, have a productive week. Thank you and goodbye.